the time
for the con.
Yes.
This is the Nerdy Old Men Podcast, recognized by City View Magazine as best of the best in podcasts. And here are your hosts, the Old Bald Man Chad and Redneck Wes. Holy crap.
Oh my goodness.
We got a bunch of stuff in here now. By gosh. We're, well, I don't know. I'm going to say we're professionals, but
we are highly trained.
I'm not so sure, and I hope this comes out and it's sounding good and everything because we got a lot of stuff going on.
Trying something new on the show today.
Yep, Wes just forgot how to use the microphone.
Well, I'm trying to, so I don't ruin Abby's shot of this beautiful mug.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. So, we've reinvested in the show a little bit. With our primary camera is a Mevo camera, and they have this nice software that you can get where it will switch up everything. And oh gosh, that was something. Producer Abby switched the cameras on me, and the red light went out on the Mevo camera, and I was like, "Oh my God, what happened?" Oh, and, no, but it switched to my face, so that's pretty cool. So we've got face cams, we've got the whole group cam. Wes is trying to touch my hand, which is inappropriate, and I feel abused. Like that guy, every time I come here, I am abused. We also do a screen capture kind of thing, man. It's just, this is cool. And Abby is actually getting credit for school to do this stuff for us.
She is producer Abby for real.
I'm getting more than just being fed.
Yes. So if you're on the live chat right now, let us know how things look and all that kind of stuff, because, again, producer Abby runs our live chat, lets us know what's going on, and, so cool. But anyway, so we got a little bit of news. We could probably do a little bit of news here. Yeah, I think so.
A little bit of stuff going on.
A little bit of stuff going on. So, yeah. So hopefully next week we're going to have an interview with a guy that's developed a game, or one of the guys that's developed a game that I'm really super stoked about, and it's called 1490 Doom. And it's Bauer Games, I think is the name of it. So you go check it out before we have our interview. If it works out, we're supposed to have an interview. The next episode will be in 2 weeks. Super cool game. Just a little bit overview on it. It's played on a 2-foot round board, right? And it two teams. It's like very simple, but it can be complex, which I think is really, really cool.
I think it'd be for a tabletop game. That's going to be one of those ones where strategy, like what you do, is because you were explaining to me earlier.
And the setup is like, so you got 3 dudes or dudettes. You have 3 people on your team, and there's like 6 classes, right? But they got preset things. There's no leveling up or things like that unless you play the campaign. And then every time you successfully complete a campaign mission, you get 1 additional upgrade point, which means you can increase your different things and stuff like that. So, but it's set in an alternate universe in 1490 in Europe, and there's this thing they call the creeping death, which is like this nasty smell and fog that starts coming out of the ground, and every day it gets higher and higher. So it kills all the crops, kills all the livestock, it starts killing people, and the only place to be able to go to get safer is man-made structures. So you set up the board with different elevations on floors and things like that, and you climb up the thing, and then you fight each other, and you can shove each other off the towers or off the castle walls and all that kind of stuff. So it's 1490 Doom, and they're going to do a Kickstarter soon. Now you can go online and purchase the PDF of the rule book in the first campaign. And they give you, for the campaign, when you purchase it, they give you the miniatures, the STLs for the miniatures. And
they look really cool.
Yeah, it looks cool. And
Jen
then I
looked at those.
Yeah, and then I went on Hero Forge, because right now it's or anytime it's a miniature agnostic game, so you can pretty much play whatever miniatures you want to use. I mean, it doesn't matter as long as you know whether this is a scout or a brute or a fighter or a warrior cleric or whatever. It doesn't really matter. But I went on to Hero Forge, not sponsored by the show, by the way. But anyway, I went on Hero Forge and made some that look like it, and we'll go over it with it when we talk to the guy. But I went over and got. So it's like a medieval guy for the scout, right? And the scout's supposed to have this big helmet on, okay? That's like a breathing apparatus kind of thing, or very like rudimentary breathing.
Mask.
So what I did is I found a astronaut helmet on Hero Forge and put it on his head.
Yeah.
And then on it's got like 2 cameras or lights or whatever on the side of it. So I'm going to get some like green stuff or something and make tubes that go into pouches.
I thought that there was a gas mask on Hero Forge.
Well, on that, there is, but some of it looks like a little too futuristic. Even though it's an alternate universe, they're supposed to be using like bladders and stuff. And I think producer Abby pulled up a picture of the. Of some of the stuff, and it's super, super cool. So I am excited to play it. Me and Wes are going to play it. Maybe we'll live stream a little bit of it. Apparently, the game
it looks like it would be a really fun game, and it's a very quick game. I think you said it was like 30 minutes.
Yeah, the guy said that once you get the rules down and stuff, which the rules are very easy.
What it is, D6 based, isn't it?
It's D6 based. I think you roll a maximum of like 2, maybe 3 D6s at a time, and a D4, but that's only for setup. For the game, but anyway, we'll get into more detail with the man when we get him on. Hopefully, it's going to be the next episode that we do. But that's going to be pretty darn cool. But
it sounds fun, and we like tabletop games. And
well, this one's rule set is so short. I mean, the book is 60 pages, but a lot of it is really cool artwork.
Yeah, well, stuff. It seems like it. Just the brief introduction I got to it today. It seems like it would be something easy to pick up, quick to pick up.
And you get a it's a Doom Company is what it's called. So you get a Doom Company like character sheet, and on it you write down what your character for your 3 figures, your 3 miniatures, what class they are, make up their name. You can draw on a shield their heraldry for their Doom company, and put their stats on there because you can, like I said, you can upgrade stats, but only 1 point per person per game.
You know what I'm going to do though?
Break it somehow.
Well, if we can, but you've got to make Doom Guy.
Oh yeah,
You've got to make Doom Guy.
Yes,
And then probably Ash from Army of Darkness.
Yes, and that would be so cool. That'd be so cool. But apparently in the first campaign, I'm looking forward to playing it. You can actually play this campaign by yourself. As long as you got the miniatures and you make a board, and you can make a board out of cans and crap. It doesn't matter. But I mean, I'm going to try to 3D print stuff or make some stuff out of foam, make it look cool. But you can literally just make whatever. And you can play it by yourself because in each scenario on the campaign, it tells you how many bad guys, what they are, where they need to be on the board,
like what their actions are going to be.
Yeah, like there's one that there's a wishing well, so you have to put something that's like a wishing well, and there's these people around it, and if you get in this proximity to them, this is the reaction and stuff like. So you can play it by yourself.
You know who we need to get a hold of too to help with this project.
What's that?
We need to get a hold of Up the Hill Games and
get some 3D printing stuff.
Get some stuff.
So it's pretty cool.
Ready for that? Yeah,
that's pretty cool. The only other thing I can think about news-wise for me is I played my second slow grow or escalation league game for Bolt Action.
How's that going for you?
I like Bolt Action, but I'm having a rough time in the tournament. So I played the first game, and unfortunately, I think I mentioned before, the guy.
Did the Germans get you?
They did this time, but it was the Japanese last time. And I think my first game, I think I mentioned before, the guy, I don't think he did it on purpose. He accidentally had too many units in his army, and that really set me back. And he offered to replay the game, and I was like, nah, I'm just gonna play it through. Yeah, whatever. So the second one, I had the guy beat, right, and we had to capture his platoon commander, which meant you had to take him down by hand-to-hand combat. Well, hand-to-hand combat in Bolt Action is very, very risky because he had 3 dudes in his command group. Okay. So he had a lieutenant and 2 like A-gunners, right? Well, my strategy worked great. I deployed bunches of people over here, and it sucked a lot of his troops down there. A gun truck mowed down a whole bunch of Panzer Grenadiers, and I had 2 infantry units coming from the side of the board right to the building. Move. Yeah, right to the building where the guy was. Well, I sent a 6-man unit in. I lost the dice rolls. He killed all of them.
Oh.
Then I sent an 11-man unit in. Same thing.
Gosh.
And I lost because you roll simultaneously, or actually he gets to roll first because he was in a building, but his dice, he killed more than I did. And per the rules, that means the rest of your guys flee the battlefield.
Really?
And I lost like that. And I was like, holy crap. I'm like, dude. So this guy, he's a great guy, and Mick, and he went to Chat GPT and told it to create a image of his figure that he did, and it was bad A, dude. It was great. And he said he wanted it to make a World War II style. It was British. I was playing. Sorry, British. So it wasn't Grenadiers. It was British commandos. Anyway, but it was a communique where he was getting the Victoria Cross. And it was fantastic. He posted it in the group thing. It was fantastic. It was just really cool. And I'm like, dude, you deserve it, and you're welcome for all of that. So, but anyway, what have you been up to, man?
The last couple of weeks have been a little rough.
Oh boy.
It was funny because I've got to tell the story because it's kind of funny, and you get a laugh out of it. There's been a lot of bad weather coming through Tennessee,
yes.
Southeast Kentucky. It's been rough, and week before last, really bad thunderstorm rolled through town, and we had a lightning strike down the hill from us, hit the gas line.
Oh God!
So the gas line was running right under this tree, and the roots broke the gas line, gas line ignites, sets the tree on fire.
Oh God, that's crazy.
So, yeah, we're already getting calls about it.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
But so,
New things.
Well, our house is somewhere close to 300 yards away from where it hit.
Right.
Apparently, there was enough energy. It ran up the gas line, up the hill, and where the gas meter comes into the house, it pushed it out there, and there was a flame. So,
oh gosh,
yeah. So, big thunder strike.
Danger.
We're like, everybody's awake and kind of looking around trying to see what's going on. And the next door neighbor had called and was like, "I think your heating unit's on fire."
I'm sorry, what?
Yeah. So, get some clothes on, go outside. It's not the heat unit, it's the gas line.
Which
right
is worse.
The gas meter. Yeah. So get the wife and kids out, and me and the neighbor, we got the fire put out, but we told the police, told the fire department, told the gas company, everybody's up there checking it out and stuff. And they're down working, trying to get this gas line
Isolated, yeah.
And I'm talking to the cops, just kind of, hey, because they're parked right in front of the house there, and so I'm like, well, is the gas off? Because I'm not going back in the house.
What gets blown up in his house?
And this is what was funny, because Julie had left her phone in the house in the rush to get the kids and the dog and everything out of the house, and so I just had locked the door, and I'm like, I'm not going back in the house because you can smell the gas. It's bad.
That's bad.
And the cop's like, well, they're working on getting it shut off and everything. I'm like, well, do you need anything else from me? And they're like, no, we're good. So he gets back in his car. He's got one of the SUVs. And I'm walking back to my truck. I'd parked down the neighbor's driveway. And I'd got about 5 steps from where I'd been talking to the police officer. He backs his cruiser up into me.
Oh, God.
Knocks me down.
Only you, dude.
Yeah, I'm like, he was like getting blindsided in football. It's just like.
Are you looking for peace?
That's what it felt like. Him or Steve Gibson.
Yeah, that's true.
Give me knock the crap out of me all the time.
That's true.
So, I'm laying there, and of course I land in the water. And the fact of getting hit by the car didn't make me mad. It was the fact that my boots got wet.
Then he hit you?
Well, he goes, man, I didn't see you.
Well,
He said, I checked the camera. And,
he didn't mean to.
Well, what's funny is, because I use humor to deflect a lot of stuff. So I'm laying there. I had tried calling my sister. Well, it went to her voicemail. So I've got a voicemail recording of me like going, you got me. So I'm kind of laughing this off. And at some point you hear me ask the cop, I'm like, dude, are you all right? He hit me with the car. So, and then went up to my, because we had to wait on the highway patrol to show up, and they, how it is when anytime the officer's involved in anything.
Oh no!
And I think what it was, I think he was going to back up and like where the road goes down the hill. I think he was just going to turn around and go back because his sergeant had the road blocked off on the other side. So I think he was just going to go over and talk to him. Nothing malicious or anything like that, but he just didn't see me. And so we wait on the highway because they called, pedestrian struck by a vehicle. Well, the fire department shows up. I'm standing there talking to the cops, and the fire truck drives by us. And you can see him looking. He goes, I better go tell them. And they get out, and they're like, because earlier in the week, there had been someone struck on the 4-lane. Okay. So, they're, I guess, thinking
amped up a little bit.
Yeah, I think, they're expecting me to be like splattered on the roadway or something. And they're like, where's the victim at? And he goes, He's standing right here. And they're like, are you okay? So they checked me out.
That's horrible.
And it was one of those, I was just mad because my boots are wet. I hate having, I can handle anything, but when your boots and your socks get wet, it just ruins everything. So I go up to my sister's house, and I just get in the recliner. I don't even take my boots off. Don't take my hat off. I just grabbed a blanket and went to sleep for a couple hours, and then got up and went to work.
The life of Wes.
Yeah. So survived that.
Wes got ran over.
But it makes for a funny story.
Well, before we get into anything else, and I know we're going to talk a little bit about the Minecraft movie because producer Abby and Brady went to watch it too, but he's in school. But anyway, is we want to send out a get well to our buddy Toyman Terrence.
Yes,
because Toyman Terrence is doing well now, but he apparently insisted on copying Wes and had a heart attack the other day.
Well, that makes 3 in our group because Neil had an issue.
Oh, that's right. Yeah,
so
that's right.
He's third man. So
so I went immediately to the gym and started doing some cardio because weightlifting alone is not going to do it, you schmucks. But apparently he's doing a lot better and he's at home.
I spoke to him the other day and he was waiting to get out, and it was just everybody was coming by and because his blood pressure got so low after the fact.
Very low, yeah.
I think Becky was going to start charging admission to come see
Well,
him.
that's why I hadn't bothered. I hadn't tried to get hold of him.
Because everybody
I was like, you got to get better, dude.
Yeah, I figured I'd
because once you get better, then I'm going to bust your chops. So.
Oh, yeah, because y'all have been relentless on me.
Well,
so,
yeah, obviously.
But so we did have that, but we're glad he's doing well. So anybody else wants to have a heart attack, I'm going to go ahead and advise you not to because they suck.
Apparently, it's not a good thing.
It is not fun. 0 out of 10. Do not recommend.
Oh, jeez. So, well, anyway, as you can see, we've got a pink pink sheep here.
I was going to say the thing of nightmares.
Yes, it is a pink sheep here. This is actually Brady's. He got it when he went with his buddies to see the movie, and it is a popcorn bucket, which is pretty cool. But yeah, it's a big thing. Chicken Jockey.
Chicken Jockey.
And I haven't even seen it.
I haven't either.
But apparently there is this thing going around where these people are being very, very inappropriate in the theater. When the Chicken Jockey appears, they're like throwing popcorn
They're
and crap in the air.
trashing
They're
theaters.
going nuts, which is not cool. We do not advise that. But it's so. Producer Abby is a huge Minecraft fan, even with a Minecraft tattoo on her back. Tell us about the Minecraft movie and what you thought.
Okay. So I'm going to try not to spoil anything.
Yep.
She's controlling the cameras, and she still doesn't.
So I'm sure.
Well, hold on before you do
Hang on
that.
Oh, I'm not going to spoil anything.
Well, we like to cover ourselves.
We just want to. We don't want to be beaten up by the fanboys and fangirls of the Minecraft. So anyway,
So I loved it. Brady also loved it.
yeah, his friends were like super stoked.
Yeah, it's a lot of brain rot. If you don't know what that means, look
it up.
But it is a lot of brain rot. But I thought it was great. I thought that it was a fun time. It's only an hour and 40 minutes. I mean, they're not trying to drag this out. They're not trying to make it some big, deep thing. But it was a lot of fun. And the fam is going to go watch it together sometime. But I've
been watching the game be played for, well, I guess probably since it came out with you. So
yeah. But Jack Black and Jason Momoa.
Did Jack do a good Steve?
Yes.
Okay.
Now Steve is
I
the
think
main
he played
character.
himself pretty much.
Yeah, he's the main character.
Because Steve doesn't have a personality.
Well, but he's the main character in the game, right?
Right.
Okay, because I have no anything to do with the game.
It follows Steve and his little crew, but Steve was working in the overworld, and in this universe, I guess it's technically canon now, is that he goes into this Minecraft world and is like taking over. And he goes to the Nether, and there's bad guys there, and his whole thing is that he's in prison in the Nether for this orb thing, and you basically follow the orb ordeal, and it ends up back in the overworld because of his dog Dennis.
Okay,
I love Dennis.
What I saw funny is when I went to Walmart yesterday or day before yesterday or whatever. I always go through the toy aisle and see what's cool there, and the stupidest looking action figure for Steve.
For Jack Black,
it was Jack Black's head on
like Homer Simpson
boxy body, and I'm like, this is stupid. What's the deal with this? I'm like,
hey, but for $24.99, you can have one.
Well, it was like in the film, he's not like that, right? And
because he's live action, right?
He's live action, and Momoa's live action apparently, and I think Abby's trying to pull up an image of it. Yeah, just whatever you get over there. I think
that's just.
Well, Walmart has really been capitalizing on,
of course,
this whole.
And look at that! Isn't that?
I mean, it's literally a Jack Black action figure.
It's Jack Black, but it's a boxy body, which is so weird.
I don't know. That's kind of accurate to what he looks like.
I was about to say that looks like Jack Black. He's just
no. That's not the one I was talking about.
Not this.
There's another one where it's his head on like Steve's boxy body.
Well, here's the Jack Black one.
Yeah.
And apparently there's another one.
Yeah, they got his belly.
We want the other one, producer Abby.
They got his belly right, so that's cool. But
dude, it was a lot. But myself and some friends went and watched it, and we loved it. It was just so funny.
But now that's a game that you grew up with.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
But it was hilarious.
I mean, did it hit all the points that it needed to?
You as a fan, as a true fan.
There were some things that I wish they could have done differently.
Here it comes. Yeah, here it
comes.
But
it was minor things. I mean, really minuscule things. So my back tattoo is an Enderman, and there's one Enderman featured in the movie, and its behavior wasn't completely accurate.
Okay.
So, to not spoil anything, when you look at an Enderman in the eyes, it triggers it, and it will attack you. But it teleports. So oftentimes when you're fighting one, it'll teleport behind you and attack you. It never did that for this fight it was in.
See, this is what's interesting.
And they nerfed it.
This is what's interesting is because she's such a big fan, so now she's responding like we do with
when we see like a Marvel movie or a Star Wars movie.
That's garbage. I don't understand why it's like that.
Why do you have to hate everything?
It's funny.
You don't like nothing. You hate everything.
Yes.
But it is neat though to see how someone that grew up, like we grew up with Star Wars.
Yep.
You grew up with Minecraft, and then now they're making movies about it, and it's like, does it meet your expectations? And that's what's interesting is, it's the little things, that fans notice.
Right. I do think that it's
funny.
The sheer amount of theater merch was so cool. Like this one is cool.
They had the hammer,
it's a pickaxe.
Yeah,
looks cool. Probably not real practical for eating popcorn out of.
Well, I was just
like fall.
It seemed like it was like like you would get more popcorn in a regular popcorn bucket. Like this one, it seemed like you get a good bit of popcorn in it.
It's deep,
but like the hammer, it seemed like it was.
Yeah, and then they've got some theaters have a creeper, which is a big tall green one.
Okay,
and so there was like a lot of room for popcorn in it, and
then they had the chicken jockey, which I think Abby
which I think is pretty darn cool. It's pretty darn cool.
Now I will say, from a strictly a marketing thing, that one was funny.
Yeah, it's hilarious.
I'm guessing one because in the game has
but it's highly deadly.
Okay, so that's the point of the thing. Okay.
So when you're fighting it, you're only hitting the chicken first. So when you hit it, the hit point is the chicken.
And then the zombie falls off of it.
It's kind of like Mario riding Yoshi.
Yeah,
and
I gotcha.
The zombie is faster
than the
chicken.
Oh, no.
Oh, so it gets worse. Okay,
yes.
all right, fair enough.
Yes. And
I can see that.
We will have like a part 2 to the review after he sees it.
Okay, all right.
Because it's hard to describe.
That's cool. But like, they marketed the heck out of it, and it is nice to see that. So like, I knew she'd like it, right? I knew she would. Mm-hmm. But Brady, I was like, yeah, his taste is a little bit is different. So I was like, I'm curious to see if he's going to really like it, but he really did. I mean, them dudes, I went and picked them up, the 4 of them, 14 age boys. picked them up, and because none of them are driving yet. Brady's about to, but I went and picked them up, right? And they were just chicken jockey, chicken all the way home, chicken jockey. I mean, they were just going nuts all the way home, and it was funny as I'll get out. But so they really liked it.
Well, now, okay, the question I had, was there any rowdy behavior? Because that's what's been in the news, is like people trashing theaters.
There was, but it wasn't a disturbing amount.
Mm-hmm.
It was similar to how the Barbie movie was, but a little bit more brain rot. So in the Barbie movie, everyone was like singing, "I'm just Ken."
I gotta say, it was Barbie movie was actually pretty good.
It was
I've not seen Barbie movie, so
you would love it. It's so funny.
It has stuff for like kids and things like that, but it has enough like funny adult humor.
There's stuff that's going over their heads,
and I was like, "Blah,"
and that was the same with the Minecraft movie. Yeah. There is a whole sequence, and to anyone who's seen the Minecraft movie, or it's called a Minecraft movie. Sorry,
a
Minecraft movie.
Well, because they can do more.
Yeah, and they're gonna do more. There's 2 end credit scenes, and there's a hint.
Like Rogue One, a Star Wars story. Yeah, Solo, a Star Wars story.
Yeah. So there's a sequence where they're in the air and they're flying with the elytras, which are like wings. That you can get in the game, and Jack Black and Jason Momoa are riding like Jason Momoa or Jack Black. I can't remember which one it was. Steve or Garrett,
who's not in the game.
Gargar. No.
Okay.
No. Steve is the only
like
game accurate character.
Okay.
The rest of them get pulled in from somewhere else.
Right.
Jason Momoa's character from the trailer I thought was going to be so weird and like pointless. Like everyone was talking bad about it because he looks weird.
It is Momoa.
But he's actually,
he's kind of weird looking though.
He is weird.
But he actually plays a video game champion who was famous like in like the 80s. And now he owns a ran down gaming store, and he's going like bankrupt, and he's getting evicted. And his whole mission throughout the movie is he needs to find diamonds so he can make money.
But now that's part of the game, though, right?
Minecraft diamonds.
No.
But Minecraft diamonds.
Minecraft diamonds, yes.
That's what I'm saying, though. It's like
yes.
The diamonds are the currency in Minecraft.
So he kind of blackmails Steve through the whole movie, pretty much.
Well, now there is something, though, that I think is really neat. The fan service from the YouTubers.
Yes. Which was so awesome. Personally,
So
what they actually had them in the movies as like background characters and stuff.
But they had the one guy who was a big time YouTuber that passed away from cancer.
Yes,
they honored him in the
tribute.
Film. Yeah,
yes. So Technoblade was a very famous Minecraft YouTuber, and to my knowledge, nobody knew about his battle with cancer until he had already passed away.
Okay,
it was kind of like a Chadwick kind of thing. Okay. And his skin in Minecraft was a pig with a crown. And in the movie, when they walk into this village, Henry, who is one of the characters from the overworld, he is like, is he a king? Because there's a pig that walks out with the crown. And Jack Black says, no, he's a legend.
Oh, okay.
And it was like a very quick but very sweet homage to him.
It was enough that if you know, you know.
Yes.
Yeah, and I didn't even know it, but once I heard the story, I was like, wow. It
was so cool that they did that.
They put that in there.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah, and in an earlier scene where Jason Momoa's character, Gargar, that's what Steve calls him, is Gargar. His name is Garrett, the garbage man.
Garrett, the garbage man. Garrett, the garbage man.
And they call him the garbage man because the game that he was a champion of had something to do with garbage.
Oh, okay.
But he goes to this, you know when they put things in storage units and they sell them because like
storage units, yeah.
So Steve's stuff ends up in a storage unit because he's now living in Minecraft and not in the overworld. And Jason Momoa's character Gargar wants the apparent Atari that's in there. Apparently, there's an Atari.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And this guy that runs the storage unit sales tells him there's an Atari in there. So he buys this for all the money he's got and finds out there's nothing in the box.
For one old Atari?
Yeah.
That's not a good deal, man. It's not a good deal.
No, he's a very silly character. But the other people that are there for this auction, there's 3 characters the background characters, and one of them is Dan TDM, the Diamond Minecart, a famous Minecraft YouTuber. Afmau, who I watched growing up so much, I mean, religiously. She would do like TV shows using Minecraft characters.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it's amazing. And I think she still does it. And then LD Shadow Lady, who I didn't watch very much, but she was a very famous Minecraft YouTuber as well. And they're in the background, and they do cameos. They're a cameo in this. And I thought it was really cool that they didn't just take this really big game and run with it to make money. It was very, very fan service based,
which I think is cool. Adding those YouTubers in there, I think is cool because that's how the game grew. Mm-hmm. That's how the game became so popular.
Yeah,
is because kids and young people, or whoever. Because I watched a bunch of them with them, and it was freaking entertaining. They were hilarious, and like Stampy Cat, and all these guys. I mean, they were really funny. They were really clever.
Yeah,
at how they did it, and they just used their it being a sandbox game, pretty much. They just used it to create these stories, and it's really cool. And it's neat that they added that too.
It was a great movie, and
so out of 10,
I was about to say for me, it was a 10 out of 10.
Yeah,
because and there was a message, like a good message in it that I think really adheres to what this show is about. And it's like, it's okay to be creative and a nerd and stand out a little bit and not conform.
Yeah.
That's like the message that it had. And it was great. Loved it. Go watch it.
When there you go. Go watch it. So
Producer Abby's still
Abby
one thing, and I've showed them on here before, the popcorn bucket thing, which I think is just a cool marketing thing. And and I've got two.
Well, as I say, they've done it for
I've got
other
two
movies.
from Gladiator 2 over there. I've showed on the show before. But if you can pull up, if you can find it, the new stuff for Revenge of the Sith. Because Revenge of the Sith
they're
coming
doing
back
the
out,
25th anniversary,
and it is.
I am altering the deal. Pray I don't
even though that's
alter
in
it any further.
Empire Strikes Back, they've got some new stuff coming out, and so it's popcorn bucket, and then there's like a drink that's Vader's head, and it's all from Cinemark, and I don't know if it's available yet or not, but it's just a cool thing. I'll have to run over to the Cinemark near my work. And that's where I got the Gladiator ones.
And run by and get that. That would be
because when I bought the Gladiator ones, they were like, "You want popcorn in it?" I was like, "Yeah, I want popcorn in it." So I go walking back into my office at work, carrying this Maximus's helmet full of popcorn, and I'm walking around to everybody in the cubicle farm, and I'm like,
"You want some
popcorn?" They're like, "What the hell is that?"
Not creepy at all.
No, I mean it's it's pretty cool though. But if you got it pulled up there, Abby.
Mm-hmm. I'm scrolling through the article here with all
the R2D2 one. That's a good one.
So that's some pretty cool stuff. That one, that cup is just
Vader
neat.
helmet.
I don't know if it'll fit in the cup holder in my car, but I want to try it. Because it's cool. And the popcorn bucket is metal, it's tin, and it's got some really good graphics and stuff on it. I thought that was really pretty cool. So, but I think that's a neat thing that they're doing now. So yeah. What else, man? What else we got going on?
Well, I know you will be out of town.
Yes.
But next weekend, which will be April 19th, Nerd Words The Con.
Yes, Nerd Words The Con.
Our buddy Patrick Peebley is
Pat in his awesome show.
Another convention in La Follette.
Yep.
That's going to be a Saturday. I'm not sure on the time, but I know I'm going to be there. Not sure how much recording we're going to do, but I'm going to be there and get something so we can help out. It may just be
audio.
I don't know. We'll see. But I know Kaylee it kind of snuck up on us a little bit because Kaylee, she's not finished a costume yet, so she's having a little bit of a fit on what to do because she's
hardcore.
She
man.
loves
she loves hardcore. That kid.
She loves doing costumes, so we're going to try to see what we can do. I was trying to. She had done last year. She made she actually did all the sewing and everything, and did a green Padme dress. That was in the movie for like all of 5 seconds, and then got mad because people didn't realize what it was. And I was like, "Well, you got your lightsaber now." I said,
"Yeah,
you could do Jedi." And she goes, "No." I said, "You could do like a Darth Padme and shoot Snow. So, I'm trying to figure out what to help her with on that. So, but one thing I did want to mention, our buddy Kevin Porter.
Yep, Kevin.
The
internet's Batman.
Yes. He's a super great guy. He has actually opened up a brick and mortar store for his sub shop.
Yes.
Hollywood
Which
Subs.
we knew about a long time ago, but he wanted to keep it secret.
He did the food truck, and he was going. I had a lot of success with that, and he's actually opened a brick and mortar. Nice. He's got a shop. So if you were in Jacksonville, Florida,
which is where I will be,
you need to go by 4130 Salisbury Road between 10 a.m. and 8 p.m. and get you a sub from our buddy Kevin Porter. Hollywood Subs.
And what day is that? The 19th?
It is the 19th. It's next Saturday.
Okay.
He's going to be opening up. So
I need that address because I'm gonna. I'll get it from you later because that's that. I'll be at a memorial for my uncle and that's where it'll be. So maybe I can get by there. And
all of our fans that are in the Jacksonville area, if you're looking for a great sub,
go see Kevin.
Yeah. Let him know what we sent you and just tell him tell him hi from us.
Yeah, because we talked to him about it offline that day, last time we had him on the show.
Yeah, last time we had him on the show.
And he was so excited.
Oh, yeah.
So excited to get going with this thing. So
this has been something he's been working on the last couple of years, and it's really starting to take off for him. So if you are in the Jacksonville area, check out Hollywood Subs and just some good food, a good guy. So go check him out.
What else you got? You got anything else going on?
Well,
we got Rocky Top Game Con is going to be coming up at the end of May.
Yes, that's the end of May.
Our show is going to be there. I know Abby and Wes are going to be there. I'm going to be playing Bolt Action on Friday and Star Wars Legion on Saturday and Sunday, but I will be there and check it in and out of the booth.
So you can go by and harass Chad.
Yes, you can, and which is fine. Just get you a Nerdy Old Men podcast T-shirt,
which you can do from us, or you can check out our Teespring store.
Yep, Teespring store. You can get you one and wear it. Come to the con. And show your support, and because Stephen Valley that runs it's fun. He's got a bunch of, if you're into like tabletop gaming at all, he's got a whole bunch of new vendors and stuff coming.
Yes, so. And the fact that this is a Warhammer 40K major,
it's a 40K major, and it is almost a major, probably considered a major, even though Star Wars Legion doesn't really have majors, but this is a huge
there is a big turnout for that.
And then I know they're also doing Age of Sigmar.
Yes,
and there's going to be some historical games going on. I know one of the guys in the local historical gaming group has spent several months working on like a lot of chariots for this Egyptian versus something else reenactment battle. I mean, he's got a bunch. He said he's been painting and working on chariots forever. I don't even know where he got them all. I was like, if you need me to print you any, but he hadn't. But so that's going to be cool. He's going to be running it like all weekend, demos and things like that. So you can just sit down and play.
We sat down and we had him on the show.
That's who we talked to on the show. Yes,
and we sat down and watched well, at least I did. I don't know if you got to see it or not, but just watching him and getting him explaining how things work and. It's phenomenal. You really enjoy that. But this is the 6th year.
Yep.
And Rocky Top keeps getting bigger.
It keeps getting bigger. So if you want to go, I mean, there is an entry fee and things like that to get to go to see. But if you like to watch tabletop war games being played, or if you're interested in, this is like a good place if you're interested in getting into playing a game, go and see what all's going to be there. And go and watch, because most people don't care if you stand back. Like if I'm playing Legion, I don't care if you stand back and watch. In a competitive setting, I don't really want to carry on a conversation at the moment because it gets a little sweaty. Because that's the only game that I play competitively. The other ones I'm like, whatever. But this one, some guys get really wound up. But they don't care if you stand and watch and look and check out all the tables and. It's cool. So go and check that out, and we're big fans of Steven. And
Steven's also got it set up where there are different card games that are being played. the vendor area,
And a board game,
there is
like a board game library.
yes.
So if there's a game
I
you
know
like
Grace
to play,
taught the girls several different games last year.
I know they're going to have it again. I don't know who's running it, but they're going to. So if there's like a board game that you wanted to play while you're there, go up there and check it out, and the people like show you how to do it, and it's a fun thing.
And the vendors keep growing, and that's what's cool. So support local independent creators.
Yep.
Because you can find some really neat stuff. But yeah, and they're doing the costume contest again.
Yep, they're doing the costume contest. Yeah.
So I don't think producer Abby knows this yet, but I think we're doing a panel. I'm not 100% sure.
We've done one before.
So
but,
you may get drugged into that, Abby.
I didn't know that.
Surprise!
yeah. So luckily they're gonna be doing it while I'm playing, but you can come and say hi to me too, and we'll have a good time. But it's the end of May, so go look that up. Rocky Top Game Con on all the social medias, and he's got a website too. So,
but other than like, sharing, and subscribing,
yeah, please do that with
we
the
are
YouTube
up
page.
to 87. But we are getting this close.
You know
to the golden
what's
thumbtack.
interesting is we get like it's like I'm sure people aren't listening and watching two separate ways.
You can though.
You can, but what I'm saying, like one person's probably not doing both. So we hitting YouTube is like doubled our viewership and listenership. So we really do appreciate that, and make sure that you like, subscribe, and share this stuff, because our shows, we're all over the place. So anybody out there, any of your buddies, like the guy I watch on YouTube, Ground Affected, says, make sure you share it with your Gram, because she would probably like it as well, especially Wes. Wes is a grandma's boy, right?
Hey, I was about to say grandma's
Sandler.
Sandler.
So, but anyway, thank you, producer Abby, for running our new equipment and everything. I certainly hope that you liked it. We would like to have some comments on how you thought that worked and stuff like that. So,
We're getting some. We've got some. Zero Cool did say that Minecraft has grossed over 500 million worldwide
Good
wow.
night.
in less than a week. And John said theaters needed this profit-wise.
Yes,
They did.
That's cool, because we all love theaters and we remember that from back in the day. And I'm glad to see
floors.
sticky floors. But it's funny, our old theater is now a car wash, so that's weird.
Hey,
Back
it's
home.
a good car wash
Is
too.
it?
Yeah.
It's not a theater anymore. But anyway, so hey, let us know what you think about the new equipment and how things worked out and stuff like that. So until next time, this is Old Bald Man Chat with producer Abby over there and Redneck Wes.
Yeehaw.